The patio door is also locked. But there's a spare key carved into the false bottom of a papier-mâché rock that Missy made. This is what she does. Crafts hiding spots, writes elaborate notes in code. She wants to be a spy when she grows up, like it's a legit career option. And Mom wonders why she has no friends. "Anyone home?" I call as I nudge open the door. The house feels not just quiet, but uninhabited, like Aunt Pauline's place when she's out of town for months on end, and we go to collect her mail. Not even Mr. Fluff comes out to bunt against my legs. It's also freezing in here. I pad across the living room to the thermostat. It reads 68 degrees, which is what Mom leaves it at when no one's home. But the house feels like a meat locker, the way it got when the furnace went on the blink last winter, and we all had to sleep in the living room with space heaters and the fireplace going all night. I can hear the heater ticking, see the air blowing against Mom's knitting supplies. I shiver. I better not be getting sick. I go to grab an Afghan from the front hall closet. But the shelf where Mom keeps all her crocheted blankets has nothing but Mr. Fluff's cat bed. I guess Mom got him a new one. And a bunch of moving boxes labeled Amber. How very on brand of Mom to get a jump on college packing before I've even graduated. There are no blankets. So I grab a random gray hoodie that's hanging next to Mom's old trench coat and flop down onto the couch. I flick on the TV to catch the last 15 minutes of my favorite talk show. Only, I can't find the channel it's on. I can't find the channels, period. Something's just off with me today. I go into the kitchen to grab the phone to call Casey, like I always do after school. Only, when I start to dial, I can't remember her number. Or Calvin's. Or ours. I stare at the handset and try to summon the digits, but the numbers just stare back at me, not about to give away their secrets. The harder I try to pull up the numbers, the farther away they swim. Okay. This happened once at school when I thought too hard about my locker combo. I had to close my eyes and let muscle memory take over. I put the handset to my ear. But nothing happens. There's not even a dial tone. I shiver harder this time. The kitchen is usually the warmest room in the house because the ancient gas stove always emits heat, but it's as cold as the living room. I really hope I'm not getting sick. I put my palm against my forehead. Alexa had mono and was out of school for 5 weeks. I have prom coming up. And graduation. The most important weeks of my life. I cannot miss them. When the garage door opens, I'm a little bummed because it means Mom's home and Calvin can't come over, but I'm also relieved because if I'm sick, she'll take care of me. It's what she does. I head to the door that leads from the kitchen to the garage to meet Mom, catching a glimpse of a framed photo on the wall of me in my cap and gown. "Hey, Mom," I call before she gets out of the car. "When did the graduation portraits come in?" She doesn't answer. I step into the garage. From inside the car, Mom begins to scream.
Nick. 7 years before. Nick Flores hated his job. All his life, he had wanted to be an artist, using camera and film as his paint and canvas. He'd put himself through art school, and after graduation, he got a job ostensibly as a photographer. But really, he was more of a factory worker. No more an artist than the guy flipping burgers at Mickey D's. Maybe that would be better. More honest. At least then, he wouldn't be bullshitting anyone. Unlike now. Calling himself a photographer while shooting school pictures for the Ansel Fitch photo studio. What a joke. There was no Ansel Fitch. They made up the name to evoke a real photographer. It was a freaking sacrilege if you asked Nick. Which no one did. Ansel Fitch Photo Studio wasn't even a studio. It was an assembly line corporation operating in 12 states that did life photos for every occasion. From preschool